Amazing. That is amazing. 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 Isn't that amazing?
Excuse me? Frankly, Detective, you are in a deranged state. I can't let you proceed without close supervision. In fact, under normal circumstances, I'd be duty-bound to report you. Take it as a token of good faith between our precincts that I haven't done so.
I know what the RCM is, but what if I need some me
Some
time?
you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself.
On second thought, maybe I need someone to create my style every now and then.
You might. It's important not to let one style interfere with their work.
Gee, yeah,
Can I
what is
help
going on
you?
down here?
Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I think the fishing village opened up and
You look like
a
shit.
spoiler I read said I can find a bed there. You look like shit. Man with sunglasses. Hog? New character? Hold on, I gotta turn my microphone down. I'm too loud in my own ears.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
Testing, 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 testing. Mic test. Alright, that's okay. You look like shit. Your ruffled face reflects in the man's sunglasses. Oh, he says you look like shit. I don't mean that as a metaphor. I know, it's intentional.
Like undercover?
The woman in the RCM uniform interjects. What? So these are like my colleagues?
Well, as far as disguises go, this is one of the best I've seen. I mean, I could swear you're an actual bum.
I'm wearing the
Oh,
bum
come on,
beanie.
Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face.
Man, I thought this would be higher. Actually, it's because I'm wearing the wrong clothes.
Watch out for yourself.
Bum, 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 bum. Gee, this guy's already been insulting me. Reaction time is probably useful. I should just try to sell this. Guess it's pretty iconic though.
Again? I can't believe...
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform. The police of animals, yes. Of course, you don't have to. You can talk about anything you want.
I'm not getting involved in this.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? Ah, well, go solve your case then. That would count as trying hard.
He didn't answer your question.
No. Because it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging?
Don't want to answer questions. Maybe you want to hear me say things. Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Hear that? He wants you to say things. Say one. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
You're not shitting me, Millen. I can smell it all the way here. The whole town stinks.
We're getting to it. There have been complications.
I would love to, but I'm busy fucking off and not cramping your style. And that might cramp it, you see? Helping you.
Why am I even telling you these things?
I don't know. Why are you?
You know what? It must be because he's buff. He looks like he works out, like he's got the devil on his back.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it? Okay, why not? So, do you know who hanged him? Yeah, I can see that.
I do know who hanged him, though. It was literally the Hardy Boys.
I don't know. Why? Oh my god, there's more.
Yeah, I'm guessing once I figure it out, I come and tell these guys.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again. Oh, yes.
It's up.
That's,
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids, it's just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday.
The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day. Oh my, what happened to the waterlock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired, and it's cold out there. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweet. Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin. Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright. Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him. even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating, but I shouldn't bore you with...
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but
Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you.
I found a mythical creature once. I was out on a what do you call it? Like a long stretch of land that goes way out into the middle of the ocean. And there was a little river running down out into the ocean and a bunch of reeds, and there was like an otter or something like that, and it was like sleeping with its little paws, and it was floating down the river. So it was just like floating on its back, sleeping in the water. And I remember I was trying to smoke weed, but I didn't bring a lighter, so I was just sitting there kind of bummed out. And yeah, it woke up. I did something, and it woke up and saw me, and then it just like flipped over and went under the water and didn't come back up. So I looked it up later, and there are no otters in New Zealand. So that was a legendary otter.
There's a hint of defensiveness to her retort, but also confidence. She seems to sit up a little straighter in her chair.
It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping. Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses. Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even. Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie. Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Hey Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you've studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
I like the sound of that.
And I don't. Just one.
Ooh, tough choice there.
Is that a cryptid on the pen you gave me? It's a monkey that she gave me. What about this one? What is the tiniest cryptid?
Cryobacter catlensis. Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Kotla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago. The bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate, certainly from before recorded history. Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
I don't understand. Why would you want to prolong your life? Being alive is terrible. How am I supposed
Oh,
to...
sweetie. It's not all quite so awful, but prolonging one's life does seem to come with risks. After Mijanou treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible, so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream.
Okay.
Of course, dear.
Alright, let's go talk to the rape victim.
In 96, but the rockets, so they had the intel on where they were. They took them out.
They were talking to Lycan.
The door is closed.
Who is it?
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there. It's been used quite a lot. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
Anything of note?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra.
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gottwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how. A bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it, in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container. It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine, and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
Preptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy. This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
Looks like it, yes.
Fucking dude broke into her apartment.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. The wind brushes them off the roof.
Welcome to the roof.
Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean, then toned over several years of self-defense training. You can sense it in the sharp pointing of her elbow.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there. They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the biggest fan of ostentatious orchestrations I have seen in my life. And I have seen a few. Oh yeah, life gets hard, but we go on. Wow.
I assure you, he's not about to tear it up in any style. In fact,
We'll show him. You'll tear it up all the styles.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man who was hanged. The people responsible have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult. No need to dilly-dally. She's tough. Good on you, boy. She can take it.
Clausier Amondu. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. A bad memory, officer, of lilacs and lightning, parks, glass, duraluminium. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. And night, at least it was for me.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing, if you're no longer there. I'm 28. Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... only the name of the nation changes.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit. Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Oranje 37.
Miss Oranje, now there is something you should linger on.
It's a beauty pageant, held in the year of our century 37, in Oranje.
She was 14 at the time.
Indeed.
Her voice is indifferent to the number.
I don't think I've ever heard anything less relevant to any investigation.
Come on, detective. Cut him some slack. This guy's been through some heavy-duty emotional stuff. I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausier Mondu. It's a weird name. Okie dokie.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or her movements.
The record. So official. It's a bit early in the morning for rate, isn't it?
She looks around. The sun has risen over the sea. People are rushing to work below.
It is. It's murderously early. I'm amazed I'm awake. Why am I even awake? Yeah, I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
What was that window really broken? Or I need an explanation for why that window was broken if it wasn't some dude breaking in. But I should take her word for it, and I should probably take the Hardy Boys' word for it, although they have pretty good motivation considering they did kill a guy.
We partied. We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex. A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
They only met 1 month ago.
Oh yes. I have multiple viewpoints. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Jackpot.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. With nail clippers.
Oh.
And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
So, she's God's mystery phone cutter.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
I don't believe that.
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. And he's still hanging there.
We will move the body to the morgue today, miss. Don't worry.
Pretty much.
Warming them.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
That is true.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head back downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
As he says so, you feel the young woman looking at you and get a feeling you can't quite put your finger on. A suspicion? She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Yeah, it's pretty deluxe. I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol. I always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year. It's a tourist thing. It is.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her.
What did you say? Oh my god. Now it's turning into narcomania. It's got to be serious if it's 2 words. I'm sorry. Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry. Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments. Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours, not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically. Very funky. Okay. Not my favorite topic, but okay. I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Maybe you don't know. In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here. I'm sure there is one person in the world who does. I mean, there are so many people. But let me make this clear. The man in that tree did not rape me. How about we, change the subject to something more lighthearted now?
She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit. Nothing, just time passing. Don't worry.
Volition, suggestion, drama, electrochemistry.
You are not a fool. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting. She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head. The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Yeah? All right. Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
You made the right call there. It feels good. Pure. I'm talking about your zero-tolerance policy toward the mania of narco. You're in the right there. Powerful stance. Would you like to take it up a notch? Would you like to become an anti-narcomania zealot? Yes, you're pure, unravaged by narco. Of course, it's pretty obvious you've done a lot of drugs in the past, and will probably do more in the future. But that doesn't matter. Of course not. You've always been anti-narco militant material. You kept her off a dark course with that interjection. Are you ready to save lives?
That's good to hear.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets.
I don't know. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door. I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers. A dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant. I hate it when that happens.
Very cool. Let's put on our gym
Looks
clothes
like we
and try
have more to
kick this door in.
discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window. Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? Being
Not
candid
really.
is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor with some facts thrown in draws attention
Sure.
away from whatever one chooses to omit. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough.
How do I do this?
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here, light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore Red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before they change their minds. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it.
You know what the real fucking problem with these bottles of alcohol is? Whether or not you can close them. And I don't mean that like some deep ironic thing. Literally in Russia, they made all of their 1 litre bottles of vodka pop top. So you would pop the lid off and you couldn't close it again. which implied that every liter of vodka was a single serving in order to reinforce statewide alcoholism in order to subjugate their own population during the Cold War. Russia's unironically a fucked place, and it's not just coincidence that everyone there ended up alcoholic.
There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. You're home now. Nothing. Some mental stuff. Nothing to be worried about. Physically, you'll be strong as an ox. A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real cop. A real detective. Incredibly well done. From the void we came, and to the void we must return. The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Come on, buddy.
You kick it, gung-ho style. Entering the premises style. But the door fails to respect the force.
What a shit row.
All you hear is the bar rattling inside.
All right, let's trash the place.
Let's not.
Your foot is ready to explode and punish this object. The door receives a thorough disciplining. At the cost of your foot. Your foot hurts. A lot. This medicine cabinet is stocked. There it is. The orange sun. This medicine cabinet. There it is. The orange sun wearing blister. You dropped it, smack dab in the middle of the floor. Wow, that's unbelievably orange. Anyone can see that. The lieutenant tries to keep his eyes on the door, but the peptide bottle sounds like a rattlesnake. It's basically a percussion instrument that you're stuffing into your pocket. Who cares, man? Who cares what the stiff thinks? You got it. Here comes the afterburner. Just put it in your sweaty little hand now.
Oh, it really fucked me doing that first.
Whoa. In your hand, Pyrrolidon, the double rainbow of synthetic hallucinogens, rare and gritty. What a funny little cat. Don't let the scary medical warnings throw you off. It's an inadequate antidote to radiation poisoning, but a potent antidote to boredom. The container is warm to the touch, or is that just the anticipation? You screw the lid open and look. A little slit on the side lets you just slurp it up, like an oyster. Come on, slurp it. What is he? Your mother? Is Kim your au pair? Slurp it. Slurp the morsel of danger joy. You suck a manly dose of the extremely chemical-smelling liquid into your mouth. There, it seeps into your tongue. When you swallow, it's already almost all gone. It tastes like many things, all melting into one conflagration in the back of your throat. As you look around, the world slowly exists as it did before. Only now, gentle flames lick at its edges, as though it were a photo burning. Not really. It's just a metaphor. The effect of that otherworldly drop of liquid is slower, more subtle than that of real flames, yet just as warm. This warmth, it makes you want to share your discovery with Kim. Why not? This government-developed substance seems very non-intrusive. You could even operate heavy machinery. Fire machinery. Please don't actually operate any fire machines.
I'm happy for you.
His glasses turn golden as the fire reflects off the lenses. You feel this man is your brother. Just don't mix it with anything, he thinks, looking you over. Thankfully, his sense of balance seems okay. Whatever. I'm not getting involved. Wow. Kim's badass. Or he's had a druggy partner. Whoa. That's probably it. He's seen it before. Look at all these guys go off like fireworks as information pours into you. About the lieutenant's simple remark. I'm happy for you. This stuff is great. Already you can tell you're going to be slurping a lot more Pyrrolidon. This stuff is going to give you insight into that little flickering light hidden in all human beings.
Okay, before I talk to the Hardy gang, I want to go get to the bookstore so that we can internalize some of those ideas to get rid of the negative effects that they're causing. I don't want to fail all my read checks, and I don't want to lose my reaction speed.
out, and then they go in.
I'm assuming this is IDF soldiers moving across? Are these like people that are...
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business. Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see Ozon, Laurentide, Fas Alam disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, connections to other worlds, words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East. Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then, it's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is, north of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
corporate bomb said. He said Senzin's its military. I have a friend. Humanitarian corridors for the Palestinians to go south. Hamas.
The precarious world. How not to lose. It is impossible not to. The world is balanced on the edge of a knife. It's a game of frayed nerves. You're pushed on by numbers and punitive measures, pain, rejection, and unpaid bills. You can either play or you can crawl under a boat and waste away, turn into salt, or a flock of seagulls. Your enemies would love that. Or you can fight. The only way to load the dice is to keep on fighting.
Boop. Yeah, I love the game. It really, like, makes me think about everything going on. And, like, it makes me think about it, like, more than the real world. You know? Like, the real world is just so full of, like, repetitive generalizations of moralism, fascism, constant misunderstandings for the people around us, but the game really, like, embodies those ideas, so I love it. Plus it's pretty fun, like, asking Kim if he's gay, or the internal thoughts in my mind blatantly and aggressively telling me to hate all women. It's good satire. Alright, I gotta read for 2 hours to internalize that idea, and then we can go confront Titus Hardy about being a liar.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Mr. Splur Guy, have you beat the game before? And importantly, if you have beat the game, did you go back and replay it again? Because I'm so far away, I feel, from beating it. And I keep hearing people say that they replay it, which implies that it's just so gripping by the end of it, so it's just a nice thought. My guy's currently drunk and high on radiation, so just a wee non sequitur. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. It's also a wide range of paranatural.
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
See, like that? That's excellent. I played the beginning and didn't get pulled in enough to keep going. Yeah, I think I've only managed to play this game for about 1 or 2 hours at a time. Although on this playthrough, I played for like 5 hours on my very first playthrough, because I've tried, you know, I had the same thing as you where I played the start a few times and then I just, you know, got one of those moods where I was like, I'm going to beat this whole game in a single sitting. and I managed to get up to a certain point which was a bit too sentimental for me and made me feel like I couldn't go on, so I had a break. But I've been coming back to it, and it's really good. Not exactly engaging like a normal game, but it has enough like resonance that throughout the days that I do play it, I end up thinking about the game quite a lot. Plus, yeah, it's pretty fun doing the detective thing. Everything feels so real, and the people feel so well developed in the game. Probably partly because the voice acting is... This is like the only game ever that should probably have voice acting. Voice acting is just garbage in like every game I've ever heard, whereas in this it's amazing. But yeah, the people feel so real that it makes me... it feels weird to be like, it makes me want to like judge them or like introspect whether or not they're lying to me, because it feels like they are. Like, it really feels kind of real. But I'll go skip any nonsensical shit. It's all good, bro. I was just reading over some of my old logs where I was drunk, and and then I was looking at this. This volition stat here is like your willpower to live, and when you get drunk and stuff, it goes down. And I was like, oh, that's just like me in real life. Yeah, it is a good game, and every review that I've read out of this game put it as a 9 out of 10, and every top 100 video games lists of all time had this in the top 10, except for one that I saw that had it at number 12, and a few places who made top 100 video games put this as the best video game of all time. So I'm always interested to hear what people who have played it think about it. I'm part of the DGG community, and some of the conductors and people who stream in that community said they've beat this game a couple of times. So all those things are definitely good signs. There's just funny mechanics like getting time to pass. That's why I'm in the bookstore right now. It's just stuff like that which isn't normal for a video game, and really like opens you up to like just trying whatever you want to try to make things happen without there exactly being penalties for like trying the wrong thing, except for that you have to find money to sleep at night, otherwise you're kind of fucked. But you don't have to go sell all your shit to the pawn shop. All you need to do is progress through the storyline to get money. Remember to press the tab key, because it shows you where things are lying around.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note.
Thanks for coming back. Were you there when I got IP banned out of DGG?
When it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
What food are you making, by the way? Feel free to go into detail. Tell me like the little ingredients and the spices and how well cooked it is. I love hearing that shit. Yeah, RTBA came in and was just like, you're a fucking moron, IP banned. Rinlux, aka F Puffy, was saying that there's a reason that he's not banned and I am, because my content is like random and I'm like farming chat for it. And I guess I wouldn't be able to argue against that well. But like, the most random things I do is that I play Destiny, or Destiny is just like compilations of Destiny's best moments done by August over the past years. So I'm always like watching old content, which is deemed like random, because it's not like directly relevant to what is going on right now. But the thing I got banned for was probably farming chat, although I don't really understand the concept. Like, Xena wanted to like start drama with chatters, and I was like, no, that's fucking cringe. And she got bored and left. So it's probably a bit brutal because she is like a drama farmer, and I was like, nah, fuck off. But I guess I had emmia in the call, and maybe that's farming, and I don't feel like what I was doing was random because emmia was in the chat, so I was like, who is emmia? And so I linked my embed and was like, yo, I'm gonna look at what emmia's like past interactions with DGG so we can figure that shit out. And we watched that, and then she came into the call and was like, don't talk about this, it's making me sad. And I was like, it's not like I don't care, but like, it's not changing my mind. I probably could have had a better talk with emmia, like, about why her fucking apartment was always trashed, and if that was like a reflection of her fucking depression, or if it was something which she had like internalized to the point where she had like realized it made her happier to live in trash. Because it's one or the other. She's either she's like rationalized that it's better for her to live in trash, or she's so fucking depressed and mentally unwell that she has to live in dog shit and piss and trash. Did my comment about the food appear? Hold on, let me check. Because I'm just looking at restream chat. That's what will make me power through the beginning so it can hook me, hopefully. And yeah, when I was watching, when you were talking to Xena, you were IP banned, lol, LMAO. It's for my partner, not me. Xena's a drama farmer. Nah, there's no... Oh, it said that you're making chili. I didn't see that until I went and looked at KickChat. No, it didn't. I wonder why it didn't. Is that like a mistake on my end? Did you use the word cuck in your food message or something? I don't know. I don't have any words banned on my Kick, and as far as I know, Kick doesn't have an auto mod. Create a dashboard. Mod actions. I'm still kind of learning how to use Kick. Activity feed. Block terms. Oh no, there is advanced bot protection, but it's turned off. Ingredients: ground beef with cumin, nice. It's really good to get it into like the raw thing so it infuses like really well between it all. Salt and pepper, smoked paprika, garlic, powder, chili powder, ooh, ooh, ooh. I used taco seasoning after I tasted it and it was too bland. Yeah, kidney beans, tomatoes and rice, nice. If you're ever doing like a gym routine, try to add black beans into your food. They're not quite as full of like that nutty flavour as kidney beans, but black beans have unparalleled amounts of protein and nutrients at low calorie density, and it can be pretty hard to get enough calories in, for me at least. Because like you just become too full to keep eating. But yeah, black beans are nice if you're at that intermediate level or advanced level of working out. If you've been doing it for a few years. Does the book say anything
The book
else?
features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to
Having vodka
continue
is
drinking
technically
if
not
you're an
fasting.
alcoholic
There's
who
calories
has
in it.
destroyed his liver. And
I wonder if, because you're fasting
there's
the vodka...
even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases.
Oh,
Pre and
nice.
post factum apply. Nothing worth buying.
Oh, nice, yeah. My ovaries are being destroyed by chlamydia. Luckily, I have some duck gallbladder.
This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
I got some original Outbacks mix by Crafty Blends. At Gray's TM, we're right into making good snacks, so we're partnered with our friends at JC's who share our passion for fresh quality products. Gray's TM and JC's know a thing or two about nuts, and we're banded together to bring you some delicious crafty blends that will curb your craving for tasty seasoned snacks. But yeah, I eat a lot of like nuts and almonds and shit. You get like a lot of fats, which help with your hormones and like emotional stability. And because it's a lot of fats, there's also a lot of energy in it, and I guess there is like protein in it, but the protein to fat ratio is so off kilter that when people are like, eat nuts for protein, it's like you're getting a lot of calories for not much protein. Just eat chicken if you want protein. Omega-3s in the brain and shit. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say about the vodka. If you're fasting and drinking vodka, you probably have heard that your brain eventually becomes... so your brain is encased in fluid, and when you become an alcoholic, that fluid slowly becomes replaced with ethanol, and that's why people die when they wean themselves off alcohol, because the brain doesn't have time to replace that fluid with actual brain juice. So the ethanol slowly the ethanol isn't being supplied to the brain because you're trying to quit drinking, and it can't get the brain juice back up there faster. So as the ethanol evaporates or gets absorbed out of your brain cavity, it just starts putting pressure on your brain. Spinal fluid. Yeah, spinal fluid. Do you mean septic fluid? There's this fucking hilarious quote. You know, like the Kama Sutra and those Indian mystics, they say that your semen, that when you do semen retention, it builds the semen up in your nuts and pushes it up into your spine, and then that's what's surrounding your brain. So like, if you don't wank, you end up having a cum-covered brain, which makes you stronger and better. Oh man, those people are fucking retarded. It's such like a sexually deviant thing to say, just to be like, my brain is covered in cum and I am a Giga Chad, so you should want my cum more, or whatever. Literal comb brain. Yeah, I am Maya Kuma. What's the pale?
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik, or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale.
Alright, Ginger Ramoth says I'm meant to be playing a game with her in 40 minutes. Bum 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 bum.
Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab.
What the fuck? The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the Pale, also known as Le Territoire. For example, it recommends vigorous swatting one's naked body with a venic or hand broom made from leafy twigs of a young birch tree from near Pale. Verbally sounds invigorating.
It is, and good for the circulation too. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the Pale. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the Pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired. Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
Oh yeah. Nice, liquor that heals my liver.
Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in?
Yeah, I guess you're reversing the properties of it, like a toxin that's turned into an antidote, right?
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the Pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of warriors and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity, this is exactly what you need. I don't know. I don't want to be the party pooper, but this Pale territory sounds sort of dangerous. Maybe you shouldn't walk in it naked. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd like to continue reading, I must insist you buy it. Indeed, something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner. Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Cypar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
Fuck, I need to go have a shower before I play this game with Ginger Ramoth, so this is going to turn into a music stream. Bum 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 bum. What's up? I'm supposed to be fasting, but the chili I made is so fucking good. Oh no, mate. You've really done it to yourself.
So we've got the professional in now.
Alright, I gotta go. I'll be back in soon.
How come I end up where I started? How come I end up where I went
etc. Fads for whatever. 15 steps, then a sheer drive. Genie let out of the bottle. It is now reaching out. Genie let out of the bottle. It is now reaching out. Murderers, you're murderers. We are not the same as you. Genie let out of the bottle. Funny how, when the walls bend, with your breathing, when the walls bend, with your breathing, with your breathing. They will suck you down to the other side. They will suck you down to the other side. They will suck you down to the other side. They will suck you down to the other side. To the shadows blue red, shadows blue red. Your alarm bells, shadows blue red, shadows blue red. Your alarm bells, your alarm, they should be ringing, 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 they should be ringing. This is the time. Sky
Thank you.
Tonight Chicken licking. Goosey Lucy.
Have you got your flying goggles, man?
What, man?
You got your flying goggles.
Can you start off and I'll see if I can remember it? Amateur hour. It's us.
Thank you.
Alright. I'm back. It is one of the best sets. I think it's from Rambo's in the Basement, if you want to look it up. Drunk chili is the best chili. You're actually making me hungry. Still got 2 hours, 10 minutes.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they.
Alright, let's read that book we bought.
Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoterics. Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pearl. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book. You come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicine practitioners, Mesk mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors. Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pearl, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies. There are a number of Seolite tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition. What you're describing is booze. You don't need any herbs for that. There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here. Want to give it a shot?
Rub your hands together. Alright, book. Let's see what you've got.
First, you need to choose a base ingredient.
Ginger root.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
A tea from birch bark, actually making ayahuasca.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Some wild ginseng, some pomegranate seeds, probably.
The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxins. The pomegranate seeds are a natural aphrodisiac as a nice bonus. From the pearl, of course, or perhaps from some enterprising entrepreneur. Where you would find one of those, though, the book does not say. Very well. First, choose a base ingredient. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle. Lastly, is there anything else? The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxins. The ginseng should give you more energy as a nice bonus.
Is that what I picked?
Very well. First, choose a base ingredient.
Yeah, I said meadow rue, not ginger.
Next, you'll need to combine. Lastly, is there anything else? You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia, it should increase your energy and focus, though, in your experience, it's only done the opposite. If only you could find one of these right now and drink the shit out of it. The book said it's good for you, so it would be okay.
Yeah, I just literally made an alcoholic cocktail.
Would you like to try again? Very well. First, choose a base ingredient. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Pomegranate or sugar? One of these. What have we got? We got mint, whiskey, and sugar.
You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia, it should increase your energy and focus. If only you could find one of these. Would you like to try again? You close the book and find yourself staring at the familiar cover once more.
Alright, that passed time.
Apricot chewing gum scented one.
This is something to do with my ex-wife. Spoilers.
August 2nd.
Maybe she's my current wife, I don't even know.
You're getting off the streetcar in Le Jardin, east
She's
of the
estranged
river.
either way.
Her father and mother are middle class. The nylon of her little jacket rustles next to you in the dark like autumn leaves. Her heels click on the pavement. You're walking up to the gate in front of her parents' house. She takes out her chewing gum and you kiss her. A feeling like electricity flows through your whole body. Immediately, you know that you've entered a completely different world.
+2 to perception. And this one gave me critical success and failure thresholds lowered by 1. Which is pretty cool. I guess the critical failures are when I take damage. Success might be when I get healed. And also, do I get a map now? I do have my map. Cool. Oh, which will totally help me find... Backyard wall. Samarin butter. Trash container. Legendary trash container. So I think I've done this. I keep going back to this trash container because this is where what I thought it was. But there's nothing to interact with. Hold on, let me order a pizza. My go-to meals are just pizza. I moved into this fucking building and I don't really have like a kitchen. And the supermarket is like, I don't know, like an hour and a half to walk there and back. So I can't really like buy much when I go there except for like carrying it all, so I'd more likely just to go down to the local dairy and get milk and cereal and then order pizzas for like $20 or whatever. I may be exaggerating, but it feels like being stuck as poor class in capitalism. I love this theme. What is the theme? The theme of my life. It does feel like I am in the poor class, because I am in the poor class. But I guess I don't really like poor class people, so I'm not really going to end up with like a home and a wife and all the other shit that poor class people usually go for. Fuck. Yeah, I guess I can talk to this guy. I mean, I don't really like any people, to be honest. But maybe that would change if I had the means to like provide for the people around me, because then I could be there for like better people, right? What do we want to be here? I mainly want reaction speed, authority. Half-light will work better than electrochemistry. Do I want motorics and psyche? Hand-eye coordination, yeah, that seems pretty great. I don't really need those, I'll just take the motorics one.
Now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me-up. Time to detect. It's not ideal, no, but you need the zeal. Let's face it, you're never going to finish this case without cheating.
Wow, it's already 3 PM. Time flies.
It'll make you into more than that. A mega cop. This is your modus operandi. This is how you've done it for years. Let's go.
Kinda makes sense, the dude is a mega cop.
See? That's your problem. A lack of confidence. Speed can help you with that. And, Kim, it can help you with everything.
Yeah, I don't really think Kim will care.
You raise the peptide bottle, press one nostril closed, and inhale furiously with the other. The rush is almost immediate. It tastes bitter and caustic, and stings a bit inside your nose.
Good to have you back, Officer Mega Cop. The world has been waiting.
Now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. The rush is growing in intensity. Your little heart pounding like a bird in a cage. A sweat breaks out across your brow. Your jaw clenches. And, let's be honest, there's a little chest pain. The good kind, of course. You may want to blast a nosophed or something. Whoa, this shit is strong. This shit is disco. To this? You kidding? There are downsides to not being on it. There are massive downsides. It's a potent neurotoxin. You're turning yourself into a frayed idiot.
I did a little speed. I hope you don't mind, it was for professional reasons.
I'm not your mother. I don't care. Do what you have to do.
As long as you remain functional, he thinks. Now, let's get back to work.
Cool, let's boogie.
Spring. Everything is clear around you. You're ready to concentrate on the next task in the task chain.
clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
You're a fucking liar.
Again? Seriously, man. Yeah, whatever. Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
So, yeah, she's not actually a victim. And, I really thought she was a whore after talking to him.
Shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
You mean she's not trusting a man who's here purely for professional reasons to solve a murder case of her ex-lover? That's crazy, dude.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
I'll bite your face, cunt.
Fists.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking
hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy.
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody. Goddamn, no one tells you to put your fists down.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the cafeteria has gone quiet, too. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Against the Titus, who is still breathing heavily.
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
Why should I care about this tape? You lied to me.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I don't think that's how confessions work, mate.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
Alright, so what's
on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why. Won't you listen to it?
Where did you get it?
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
So you bugged them? How?
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
Which one of you is doing this advanced radio work then?
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
I think I know where it is.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
His voice echoes like thunder in the small room.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
He repeats calmly in a hushed voice.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
That's what I was thinking.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments to Titus Hardy. You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Yeah, you do.
Skinny-legged fuck.
The compact tape player is still and silent. Seems it has completely broken down now. There's no fixing this one.
This would have been very helpful with the Megamix, but it isn't anymore. My kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should...
We could talk to Roy, but I kind of want to go look at the, There was a place where we found somewhere that had like radio control units and like a computer program and a proto-internet system. Boom, 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 boom. Did you play Alan Wake 2? I feel like you'd like that game. Yeah, me too. I haven't played it. When I look at it, I see it and I kind of like it. Like the gameplay looks pretty chill.
A matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
But I keep hearing that the storyline is really good. Maybe I should give. I don't like poor class people either. Product of a shit environment. Yeah, there's generally. I mean, poor people can be like. I definitely learned a lot about like family and like caring for people and stuff from some of my lower class friends when I was like younger.
This orange machine is...
But there's sort of just like a lack of self-awareness and like a desperation to like grasp to any like validation or self-actualization that poor people have. Not to mention it like comes with like a lower IQ, which like inherently means that you're unable to like empathize with people properly because you can't run like simulations of what other people are thinking in your head because you're literally just too dumb for that shit. Which makes like poor people kind of difficult to listen to. But on the other hand, like, there are like great men out there who are like pretty poor and I wish I was more like them. But I just can't get over like a constant awareness of the world around me. And poor women are just generally like fucking kind of trash. And I'm not gay, so fuck. Alright. I thought I could play the tape here, but I can't. This here's the lady who, what is it? A dude?
Oh, it's you again.
Oh no, it is
Are
her.
you looking for a die?
This lady's like my favorite character so far. She just lives like up in this chimney stack, creating dice. Feel very sentimental about her. Boom, 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 boom. I ordered a pizza. It should be here soon. Okay. They pushed it back. It's still like 10 minutes away. It could have been here by now, but they fucked me over.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing.
Seems like an old bunker from.
Still need to get this open, but I need a new tool.
This orange machine is dead. You slip your... No. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand crank ice cream churner and an electric...
That basement was pretty cool when I first came here. It actually had some like little gameplay mechanic puzzles and stuff.
The trash containers. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Apparently there's a thing I can do here.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
There must be a bug, because there's just nothing here. I've tried all those options like multiple times. Can't believe you. I was just thinking about me getting IP banned. The other conductors don't seem to like me very much. But I saw a chatter be like, Crispy Lettuce has different...
on blue police livery of the motor carriage. The white colours nearly meld together.
I only just noticed it was snowing. Yeah, some chatter was like, yeah, it is pretty ridiculous. I don't think I'm ever going to get the chance to like argue with anyone about it. But I could probably talk about it for a while. But I don't see the point. Hopefully I get unbanned soon. But yeah, some chatter was saying that I have serial killer vibes compared to the other conductors who have autistic vibes, which actually made me laugh. I think that was Tourniquet who said that. People are digital with their interests, but I feel like that community is a bit cunty. Yeah. I get just as many chatters who like encourage me to keep going as I do haters, which isn't great. The haters are super virulent though, and they are just like haters. Like it's they'll just come at me with like multiple different angles of attack, like no matter what they can do. Like Kane is a real obvious one. I called him fat like a week or two ago, and since then he's gone on to call me fat like 7 times. Like he's just obsessed. It's pretty weird. Apparently Darius is obsessed with Kane. He's like, Kane is like incredibly sociopathic to the point where he just like burrows into your mind. Or I noticed that because he's done it to Darius, and he does it to all the girls as well. Tries to fuck them all. People in digital with their interests, yeah. Yeah, it is cool. Like I like how we have Tabor and Pisco and all these other like, and like Lex Fridman is like a DGG fan, right? So like, it attracts like a lot of like some of the most interesting people. and like Gappy being like a computer engineer kind of person, and like the schizo emailer has like an incredibly high vocal IQ. That's really interesting. Another interesting person. You like Lecturer's platform? That's it. Does that mean you don't like him for like his other things? Like, I like Lex for like his workout routine and like his achievements going to Harvard and stuff like that. His platform. You mean like he's built like a good podcast? I wonder how Lex really pulled that off. I guess he just followed the model that we see him following now. Because I first saw Lex on Joe Rogan like 5 years ago. His personality of naivety. Oh, yeah, good point. You know Lex does like 1,000 press-ups like every day and shit like that. He's actually like a monster. Like the naivety probably reflexively comes to him very easy with the deep levels of like meditation that he puts himself through. So he's able to like see the world with this like enthusiastic light in an enthusiastic light. But yeah, the naivety is pretty weird. I just want to find a clip.
Really good quote Here's a really good quote my mom said to me when I was really young. She said, Stevie, don't ever let your mind be so open that your brain falls out. And that's what I find that a lot of center people do.
That's not what she told me last night.
So why are you like this?
I'm sorry, man.
Okay, I'm glad I can bring that. I'm glad you feel like this is a safe space. Like I said, people are non-judgmental. Right. If you want to talk about my mom, you know what? You're totally within your rights.
I didn't say that.
Okay?
You said that.
That's
I
totally
didn't say
great.
that.
I support that. She's a beautiful woman. Her husband probably wouldn't be too happy about it, but you know.
I didn't say there was any sexual relations. It was just that having a conversation with her. You projected that. That says more about you than me.
No shit, Lex. But yeah, his perspective is cringe, deluded. All the stuff with school and work out is admirable though. His love focused is very self-fulfilling, I feel. Yeah, it probably is very self-fulfilling. And he's like probably really selfish in a good way. Although I remember he was like working really hard to try to find a girlfriend for a while. Man, I wish the GPS on this Domino site worked more often. It only works if they take the right vehicle though. Kind of make sure my phone's got reception. It does. They'll call me when they get here. Snow covers the white and blue police livery of the motor carriage. The white colours nearly meld together.
Do something important? Something murder-related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kanema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. Someone has waxed it recently.
We know this. It's Kim Kitsuragi's car. We have looked at it before. That machine really puts the loco back in locomotion. Very cool. And we know he's proud of it.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look? Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down.
No,
Helium
it's a police
headlights
vehicle,
would
dude.
improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot. It's a bit girly right now. Fit it with some proper off-road components.
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first. Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe. 130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
7.2. Supercharged.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind? Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse.
Hey, isn't he, like, smoking right now? The smell is in the air.
Okay, but this is my last one. And it's a bad habit. You should quit before both of us have lung cancer. It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on. Maybe you should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long. Plus, you can get shot. Why not?
The RCM is a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. It would be like striking against your own mother. Yes, but do continue. You were asking about the strike?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching. Anything else? Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
Glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one. He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
There's no denying it. Your body needs to feel the touch of some good performance wear.
This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Yeah, it must be. Your job's to know all these little things, isn't it? Well, my job is to deliver tracksuit trousers. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Never. They would never illegalize sport. Sport is the most wholesome thing known to man. The man taps his fingers rhythmically.
There's something called Sumerian butter around here that I'm meant to be doing. Wait, didn't I have a check actually to do with him? I didn't do that.
Now it's turning into a kind of a
In his eyes,
Oh, what a
an
roll.
unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up or down highways. It forms a crisscross pattern across the land.
Where does it lead?
Above the Jamrock Quarter, in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Forburg, high above buildings, new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines. To the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance, past Montmartin, the border approaches.
What's beyond the border?
You cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold. Before you stands a tall lorry driver with sad eyes.
Man, why would you not go to dental school and go to be a psychiatric nurse instead? Seems like a passion project.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I went to school. I used to study philosophy and law, and then the ADHD kicked in a bit too hard, so I pulled back and just went for global history. But then I ended up dropping out anyway.
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
You're becoming a psychiatric nurse so you can get your hands on the free Zaza, just like Dr. House. Very cool. Zaza, you try ADHD meds. No, I haven't been able to get my hands on any, but I've been trying to get on waiting lists, and I've paid a few $1,000s to get diagnosed. But despite my country apparently having free healthcare, I can't seem to get any. I am now 31 years old and fucking destroyed by rampant ADHD. Yeah, I just started pouring money into it to try to, like... My parents started fucking putting money into it. So I was like, I can't do anything, like... I can't succeed, I can't fucking afford the care, and I hadn't really talked to my parents for like years. That's cruel. Yeah, it is pretty cruel. It's pretty unlucky. There's like a general sense in modern capitalism that like, if you don't succeed, you're a loser. So like, I'm pretty happy to be like a loser, but you know, I studied like history and all that, and if I lived in like classical Greek times, I would be widely considered as unlucky as opposed to like a loser. It's a funny comparison that I think of fairly often. It makes me feel like those people are in touch a bit more, but then again, maybe I'm just being like overly empathetic. My pizza's here, I gotta go get it. I'll be right back. way too hot. I think it changed. Oh fuck. I hurt myself running up those stairs. My heart, my lungs were just fucking just cramping. Oh lord. It's tits out time. I'll put a singlet on, hold on. Probably grab some water as well. Bear back. Alright, we're back. We got water, we got pizza. We got changed. It's time to put some content on and chill out. I'm gonna watch the boxing that was on a wee while back between Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. I always imagined Tyson Fury to be such an amazing boxer because the things he does are amazing. But then when I watch him, it's like when I watched Vladimir Klitschko fight Fury. Everyone agreed that Klitschko was like mentally stun-locked, and it seems like that actually happened to Fury this time, where like an opponent like Ngannou, who just seems to have superhuman strength, really had him like worried to the point where his skill didn't really matter so much, or wasn't present in the fights. So it should be interesting.
There are things even a cop can't fix, my man. There's no helping in absence, you know? I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home.
What's it like to miss someone?
Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, cop man? You missing someone?
Yeah.
Is that what
I
it
am.
is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow. And
Oh, yo, I'll do a food review. Wait, what was this message you sent? That's cruel, man, I'm so sorry. Sometimes being a thinker isn't good. And, yeah, true. And this thinking, you're a loser, sounds like one of those times it's not good to dwell and be a thinker. Oh, yeah, I mean, it probably takes a toll on me having to rationalize these things, but eventually I do rationalize it. Unfortunately, the rationalization is that I just don't fit into this place, which ignorance is bliss, but I'm not sure if I actually believe that ignorance is bliss. Sometimes I think the only thing worse than what I could be going through is if I was ignorant to it. So I can only ever be a 2 out of 10 on the shittiness scale. Pizza looks good. One of the funny things about like being a thinker or whatever is that like I constantly see other people operating on a level where I just look retarded, or because they say it out loud. But I feel like that is just like a projection of most people's like they think they're successful because they've achieved something, but if their environment was different, or if they weren't given like the things they were given, or if they had bad luck, would they not be like just as retarded as me, like based off that logic, right? And on some level, like, not being inhibited to be yourself might be kind of retarded, but to like openly call someone retarded for it just seems like such a cop-out when it's like, would you rather be retarded or just be a conformist? Very true deterministic shit. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're specifically referring to there, but I do feel that determinist vibe. Not that I would say like determinism is like the archetype of reality that we live in, but there are certain things that you can interact with and certain things you can't interact with. It's pretty funny, like, people will be like, why don't you just follow my advice? And I'll be like, I followed your advice for like 2 years and it didn't work. So you can like choose to not pay attention to my life enough to like be like, you just don't follow my advice. But it's not going to make your advice work if I go do it again, right? And then if I do follow people's advice and it fails, it's never because the advice was like not applicable, or that they're not like tracing, like people will never trace back in their own thoughts to figure out where their thinking went wrong. They're just like, oh no, like you would just do it again. And it's like, okay, well I could do your advice for like 10 or 20 years until I'm like 30 or 40. But I don't think that you're considering what is actually going on, and you're just enabling me to go down like a fucked up life path, which might be normal for most people, but if you would just pay attention, it's not applicable to this situation. But normal people don't really have to take accountability or anything to be like relatively successful, right? In a lot of ways the world is like catered just to like help you become lower or middle class or whatever. You know, like if I was like a pregnant 13-year-old with no education as a girl, I could probably end up just having a minimal age job, getting a boyfriend, getting a husband, my parents help me like afford a house, boom, I'm successful. But if you're gonna then like think like, oh well, I'm successful, I should give advice to someone who like their ADHD prevented them from becoming like a Harvard graduate, it's like your advice probably isn't gonna make sense, dude. And in fact, like, if you keep pushing it, you're just gonna like be triggering to people, right? And then you're probably gonna get your feelings hurt, and you're not gonna have any accountability that your feelings are hurt. Sorry, I'm venting a little bit here. This is a schizo rant, but I feel like it's a good analogy. Actually, I'm surprised at how well this analogy works for most people, because obviously most people are just average IQ. They don't like succeed in anything more than what is like standard. Most people don't even really have like a hobby that they're like good at. They're just sort of whatever, you know. I'm fine, man. I don't miss anyone. I miss someone, but I don't know
I feel
who it
for
is.
you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like
God, I
that
just want to eat
doesn't
my
feel like
pizza
it
and
has
watch the
much of an
boxing, but we just
upside.
got on this deep conversation. IRL and in-game.
But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. Willpower is like an expendable resource. So it's pretty interesting, like, you have to like constantly be summoning willpower in order to get through like the apathetic cooling of the universe, basically. It's fucking cringe, bro. Why do I have to live in this world? Fuck.
But don't let it fool you. He's a master of timing. He's a master of anticipation and distance with incredible skill.
Hold up.
Fury, who looks like a
That guy there is like another professional UFC fighter.
bag of milk. But don't let it fool you. He's
And he's like, fuck off. Get out of here.
a master of timing.
Always.
He's a master of anticipation.
Oh shit, and there's Ronaldo.
Master of timing. He's a master of anticipation and distance with incredible skill, and he comes out master of anticipation and distance with incredible skill, and he
So does he just get a punch there in like the very first second? Maybe that's what rocked Fury. He was like, oh fuck. Oh fuck. Apparently Ngannou punches harder than like Joe Rogan can kick. If you've ever seen Joe Rogan kick shit, it will kill you like straight away.
Tyson Fury right there, as Ngannou tries to step down to the body or stab down to the body with his jab.
Bone shattering, organ rupturing kicks, and then this guy just throws those as
I need to get a
jabs.
sense of pace. I need to get a sense of range. Remember, he's opposite a man. There's Ngannou coming in with the right hand, who has an 85-inch reach, does Tyson Fury.
Ngannou's getting off to a quick start. He's already closing the distance.
Ngannou's like a real interesting example, because he's one of those people that others will point to be like, with enough hard work, you can do anything. But it's not really true. Ngannou is like such an exception that he is like the only person in all of humankind who could ever work in an African sand mine, which is what he did as a teen, where he would just work all day non-stop and just like be enthusiastic about it. And then just become like a world champion fighter with like no training. You know? It's insane. And then apparently here, he just fucks this guy up. And Fury is like exceptionally talented. And Ngannou, once again, has like no boxing training.
It's already making that ring small.
It is cool though. I imagine that he has like the ability in his mind to like conceptualize things. So he's just like naturally probably resilient to like he probably just imagines like digging in the sand mine like this will improve my life, this will be better, and it just becomes like very real in his mind. And then on a similar level, he uses that same like power to like conceptualize or imagine things, just to like watch boxing and make it very real in his mind and almost like learn empathetically like how to do it, because he is like very composed. When you watch like the majority of people try to box or fight, I never thought that I was like good at fighting until I became an adult and started getting, and I'm like 6'3" and like 100 kilo, so people don't normally like one-on-one fight me. So I've been in a lot of fights where it was me versus like 2 or 3 people, and I don't really lose like many fights that I can think of. Obviously there have been like one time I like fell over and hit my head on the concrete and got knocked out cold, and then a guy like jumped on me and fucking beat my face in while I was unconscious, unfortunately. Shit like that. But I don't know, what I was saying is I don't have any training, but I did realise like I'm way better at fighting than so many people. Like watching Zerka fight is like, I probably need footage of myself fighting to see if I look like that, but looking at him fight I'm like, wow, you're so uncoordinated. Like his feet are all close together and like his hips are just like constantly off balance, and he's got like no core strength. It's crazy watching Zerka try to fight people. How bad he is at it. Like, I assume Zerka as a bouncer, his level of training is just to work with other bouncers to like overwhelm his opponent. And like, because Zerka's so big as well, and he definitely has that kind of self-awareness, but he's got a level of self-awareness. It's not like he's naturally introspective at all, but at some point Zerka learned to not look like he was bullying people too hard, which is real easy to look like because he's tall. So someone at some point would have been like, Zerka, you're 6'4" and a really handsome Giga Chad. If you go too hard on people, you look like a bully. So probably you don't even need to fight people. You can just like shut them down with your words really quick, really easy. Plus he's like naturally talented at that. I don't know. I'm just speculating as to why the fuck he is so bad at fighting. And also at how some people are just like naturally inclined to like feel out those things. Like I bet when Ngannou is trying to learn how to box, when he does something that's obviously wrong and obviously uncoordinated, I think that also triggers in his mind, this is obviously wrong and really uncomfortable, and he doesn't need to know what to do. He just needs to like keep practicing until it feels natural. Whereas I think most people, really unnatural or ineffective things just feel the same as anything else. I don't know, I'm empathizing super fucking hard here. I got no core strength either, feels bad, man. Hold on, I'll show you a trick. I used to not have like much core strength, but I made friends with like a martial artist, and we would do these like leg raises. And the first time I did one, I like tore all the muscles in here, or like didn't tore them, I pulled them. And then would be the best camera angle for this. And then I would do these like headstands, and I realized that when I inverted my body, the weight of my legs and stuff, the next day, my core was like burning, you know, from like the post-workout burn, whatever, where it fills up the lactic acid. And it was from doing these. You should do this against a wall, and probably look up a YouTube video to learn how to like do it. But I would do those, and I would hold on, probably use this. I would like slow it down a lot. And so that's like a rep that I did, like a really dirty rep. But you don't have to do reps. You can just do the movement, right? of getting your legs up there and balancing. And that kind of balancing will not only provide your back with more stability, because you're giving it a stronger core to like work off of, but yeah, balancing provides the core a lot of good shit. And you'll be really surprised at how strong your core is, which I guess is because it's a lot of muscles in there, and they're all working together with very specific anatomy. So when I got sick of doing crunches, one gym personal trainer or whatever told me to get the machines, and they have the rope with the cable. I would get the cable and I'd put it behind my neck, so it was pulling my neck, backwards like this, and then I would get down and I would do like a little bowing motion, but I would try not to bend up here and just try to activate the core muscles. And it turns out my core is like strong enough to like crunch downwards with like 100 kilos, like real easy. Whereas like 100 kilo bench press is like really fucking hard. Yeah, alright. Be right back, phone dying. Highest I got was a 200 pound squat. I remember failing. How much is 200 pounds? I remember failing an 80 kilo squat when I was first trying to learn how to squat, but I got pretty obsessed with them. I'm a pretty obsessive person.
For Tyson Fury.
There have been many critics about the chances that Francis Ngannou had when it comes to the lack of experience and skill in boxing. Fury discounted that. He said, I don't think he's going to be that bad. This is a guy who goes 5-minute rounds. He's been sparring for 4 months. He has great respect for what Ngannou can bring here.
He has natural reflexes, muscle memory. When you can fight, you can fight. You have instinct. You can operate. That's what he's operating off. Ngannou, instinct right now. See Fury taking his time because he's saying, hey, he's a lot smarter than I thought. Might take a few rounds for Fury to wear him down, but Ngannou looks laser focused right now, and he has a plan.
Ngannou testing distance with that left hand as Fury nearly crossed the threshold.
Ngannou has a game plan. The game plan is the body. He wants to set up the hook up top. That's what he's looking for. But the jab to the body, Deontay Wilder had success with that shot early on.
Deontay Wilder, former heavyweight titleist, who had a tremendous trilogy with Fury and, of course, scored 4 knockdowns in their classic fights.
See, most times, that was a tell right there. Tyson Fury threw a feint right there. You saw the right hand of Ngannou goes down.
There's a right hand from Fury that comes over the top.
That's my point. Fury came with the left hand first, then the right hand after.
Ngannou comes over with the right hand. Fury able to turn away. Jab off the hip from the 6'9" heavyweight champ.
Ngannou's in this fight.
Fury just flicking out that jab at the moment. Ngannou steady on his feet and sturdy, not giving ground. Good opening round between Fury and Ngannou. And always a little something extra from the Gypsy King.
Ready, work. How you feel? Good? Yeah, keep control your energy like that. Use that jab, use those feints, okay? You kind of drifted to your left a little too much with that jab. Step straight, because you're going to try to time that right hand. All you're trying to do is trick you with the left hook, okay? Keep going straight punches, keep going up and down. The jab to the body going to set your overhand right. Yep, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Hard now. Got to start to him.
Beautiful right hand by Tyson Fury. Again, taking advantage of that low guard. You see it. You saw it in the breakdown in the lab. The left hook first, the right hand after.
They each landed 3 power punches in that first round. The best of it, that right hand from Tyson Fury. According to CompuBox, Francis was 6 of 23. Tyson was 11 of 25. Round number 2.
Are you still here, Blue Guy? I was just thinking about something.
You see Tyson old school. He's moving towards the right hand. That's the power hand of Ngannou. He's trying to take it away from him. He's baiting him. He wants him to throw the right hand so he can counter it.
See if Ngannou is willing to pull the trigger as he works his way to the inside and Fury gets out to the right.
Ngannou's reacting quicker than a lot of people expected, including myself. He has a quick first step when he decides to really deploy or shoot a shot. It's extremely attentive. Look at
There's
that.
a left hand from Ngannou as Fury was dipping in with that jab. And now a tie-up to get out of the corners. Ngannou tries to fire the uppercut on the inside, and there's blood as Tyson Fury swipes at his forehead.
Did you see in that clinch? Ngannou keeping distance, shooting a short uppercut right up the middle on Tyson Fury.
And now southpaw from the Gypsy King as he shows him that right jab and right hook.
You know what that means, right, Tess? Fury didn't like what he was seeing. So he switched southpaw, trying to confuse Ngannou. And Ngannou switched southpaw himself.
Fury comes in with a power back left hand. A little bit of blood up above the brow line. There's that right hook as he was trying to catch Ngannou coming in. So switching stances here in round number 2.
Both fighters, Tess.
That's right.
A lot of mental battles right now for both men.
Ooh, nearly a clash of heads on the inside. Fury pawing with that southpaw jab, tries to go to the body, and last second ducks in and brings Ngannou back to that neutral corner.
Tess, Ngannou is extremely strong. Fury's going to have to let him wear down a bit. He should take his time, box from the outside, use his jab. Let him burn up some of that energy.
That is one of the things that Fury opponents have struggled with through the years that perhaps Ngannou can stand up to. Fury loves to lean on his opponents, wear them down badly, take their legs away with that big frame and all that weight.
He just threw a punch too close the distance right there and bodied up with Ngannou.
End of 2.
You ain't gotta rush into shit. It's all about you getting your timing. You hear me? You gotta get your timing on the shot first. You trying to run in and lunge and catch it? Fuck all that shit. Let your legs do the work by checking and pulling back. Touch pull. Touch pull. First, when he turns it, anything happens.
You got it. There's the left hand from Ngannou in round 2.
And that's the shot inside right there. The short uppercut on the inside by Ngannou. You see the head control right there from Ngannou as well.
Either way,
beautiful work by him.
A little abrasion on the forehead of Tyson Fury as Frank Hopkins is handling cuts. He applied the grease. Live odds update brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. You see pre-fight Fury was minus 1,400, now minus 1,200. CompuBox has Fury with an 18-12 connect advantage through 2 rounds.
Ngannou is handling himself extremely well at this point in this fight. The longer he's in his ring, he's dangerous, Tess.
He's always dangerous, and that is really the difference in this crossover fight compared to what we saw with McGregor and Mayweather. At any one moment, one punch can finish it when you're this big, possessing this much power. He tries to come with the right hand, but instead follows it with the left.
Making Fury pay for his mistakes. Fury has a bad habit of bagging out and dropping his hands.
And perhaps a confidence builder for Francis Ngannou.
Ngannou is fighting like a man with a plan. He has a game plan. He has a strategy.
His goal was to prove it, that he can box, that he's committed to this sport. Now switching stances again.
Fury's looking for something, Tess. He's just looking. He can't get in his rhythm right now.
There is that clinch tie-up that you referred to in our pregame segment, our pre-fight segment. The UFC-style clinch of the body lock compared to the traditional boxing clinch. Fury said, that can actually create an opportunity for me.
Ngannou, I was just so smart. Look at the hand battle right here. Ngannou is in the orthodox stance, and he's battling the lead hand of Tyson Fury. And Tyson's having a hard time getting past that lead hand. Those are controls right there. Ngannou controlling the lead hand of Tyson Fury.
Oh, he catches him off guard! Francis Ngannou has just scored a knockdown against the heavyweight champ! Anything can happen, it just did! Catches him off guard!
Break when I say break.
Oh, he catches him off guard! Francis Ngannou has just scored a knockdown against the heavyweight champ! Anything can happen, it just did! Can you believe that?
Yes, I can.
Fury got sloppy, and Ngannou just scored a knockdown. Well, what do we have here, folks?
Yes, I can believe that.
My, oh my!
I told you. Ngannou has a plan, people. And he's executing his game plan.
Can you believe what you just saw?
Trying too goddamn hard.
Alright, good night. Or whatever time span you're in. If you're on later, I might pop in. It's been fun. Yeah, I was just thinking about the workout thing I told you. Because sit-ups suck. And I did the headstand thing, and it's like very eccentric. But doing the opposite of that is really good. You lie on your back, and you just lift your legs up to like focus on the core, and it's like an amazing way to get like the blood flowing into your core. And like if you hold a door frame or like something heavy like behind your head because you're lying on the ground, so the door frame will just be like the bottom of the door will be there, or the couch or whatever it is, and then you can just like roll over, do like 5 or 10 press-ups. It's more about, I mean, the intensity is good, but like as long as you like keep practicing those body weight exercises, you eventually like grease the groove until they feel good, you know. Obviously, if you want to squat more than 200 pounds, though, you need to start squatting with heavier weights. Using heavier weights is definitely the best way to get stronger. Even like pull-ups and that, it's like super hard to like not hit plateaus. Yeah, I mean, I love just like warming up. Like exercise feels good, you know. So like rolling around, warming up is like pretty great. And it feels so much better than like lifting weights, because when you lift weights, your muscles like give out, but you still feel like you want to do more, like a lot of the time. So you always have to be like ego tricking yourself.
Ngannou right here. Fury throwing the left hook right hand from a little bit too close from mid-range. Look at this big left hook by Ngannou. Just standing his ground, sitting, biting down on his mouthpiece, sitting still, controlling, staying in his position to be able to land that shot right there, flooring Tyson Fury. Beautiful setup shot right there from Ngannou.
Anything can happen when you're this big. He's talked about as the hardest puncher in combat sports. He literally holds the current measured record on the power cube as the hardest punch in the world, as Alexander Usyk, who is sitting back with tens of millions of dollars lined up to fight Tyson Fury for undisputed status, is holding his breath. Round number 4. This fight, at this point, just by that, has already over-delivered, as Ngannou now comes out with a right hand.
And he's full of confidence, Tess, after that knockdown in the last round. He's saying, this is not so bad. I'm in here with the best? I don't think so. I'm the best in the world.
His lifelong dream of boxing, since he was a child, watching Mike Tyson, he said this was always the goal, and he wants to deliver big time right now.
Tess Ngannou is outboxing a boxer. He's outboxing Tyson Fury right now. He's putting pressure on him. He's doing exactly what he wants to do. Tyson Fury still hasn't figured it out yet.
That left hand by Ngannou, the shocker so far tonight. Now on the inside, as they wrestle to the ropes.
But on the inside, Tess, where Fury is usually most dominant, he's the stronger of the two. He feels that force coming back from Ngannou. Ngannou can handle himself extremely well in the inside.
Veteran referee Mike Griffin taking control of things. Power back left hand from the southpaw stance from Fury. Able to just separate enough from the right hand of Ngannou. Tries to come over the top with a right of his own. The power of Ngannou is throwing back the big body of the 6'9" Gypsy King. This is not long, skinny, wiry Deontay Wilder in there.
Big right hand. Tyson Fury landed right on the ear of Ngannou. He took it well. It's extremely important for Ngannou to manage his energy. He doesn't want to expose too much energy this early. Still got a lot of rounds to go.
Two-punch combination from Fury. Another 1-2. Ngannou trying to see if he can punch between punches. And now the jab, flicking it off the hip. From range on that 6'9" frame.
Fury now getting in a good rhythm right now, good groove. Landed a few shots back to back. You see the hesitation now coming from Ngannou. Trying to make an adjustment himself. He says, I'm going to go southpaw now.
Sweeping right hand from Fury that Francis is able to get out of the way of. Closing moments of round number 4. Moments ago, we showed you the live odds. Well, the world reacts when you do what Francis Ngannou did in round number 3. Look at this. From an overwhelming minus 1,400 favorite to now down to minus 275.
That's what's gonna come down to. Good technique. Don't try him too hard. Since we're saying breathing, he got to play for I don't want him breathing to be normal. Come on, you boxing now. Just quit trying to get goddamn greedy. You start mixing up the feint pullbacks, you're gonna have him. He gonna reach in. You can't just keep going in, ramming the bull. You're giving him a chance by just throwing your shots. You gotta get in and get out. He gonna make it. He gonna start getting tired from holding his big ass up.
The head trainer in that camouflage hat is Sugar Hill Stewart, as you see Manny Pacquiao, Larry Holmes, Mike Tyson, everybody ringside for this one. but Sugar Hill Stewart, the nephew of the late, great Emmanuel Stewart, from the famed Kronk Gym in Detroit.
Big shot right there from Francis Ngannou.
Let's check in with Bernardo. Oh, right hand nearly puts him off balance.
Francis has to stick to the game plan. He can't rush things. That's a big problem. He wants to land something big. Oh,
Fury comes charging in, and then they wrap up on the inside. And this is what Fury was concerned about, some of the awkwardness and the non-conforming of Ngannou, but he does break away.
He just getting physical on the inside, Tess. He knows nothing wrong.
Round number 5, Ngannou with that mouth open. What a performance he has put on so far. But then again, he has been silencing doubters and overcoming adversity his entire life, hasn't he?
See, Tess, sometimes knockdowns can actually hinder your performance.
Interesting point.
You're well, you're fighting behind the game plan. Then you get the knockdown. Then you start to get greedy. You stop thinking. You just want to land that big shot. That's what's happening right now to Ngannou. Love the physicality in the inside from Ngannou.
Fury tried to go with a right hand to the body on the inside as well.
And he's showing no respect towards Fury. But again, the longer this fight goes, it favors Tyson Fury. He's the man used to going.
There's an uppercut from Fury.
Just off the mark. He was looking for him to lean, Tess. He didn't lean that time.
Fury has a very powerful uppercut. He's shown it with a one-punch knockout against Dillian White at Wembley Stadium. See if he can draw him in here. Instead, it's the right hand behind the jab. Tries to come in with another as Francis Ngannou fires back.
I'm impressed with the chin of Ngannou. Big shots right there landing from Tyson Fury. Starting to find his mark. Ngannou slowing down a bit. Starting to see his technique go by the wayside.
Another accurate jab from Tyson Fury as he is finding his rhythm here in the final minute of round number 5. End of 5. CompuBox telling everything from here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, where to this point it's razor thin. Eminem has made his way ringside next to Mike Tyson. He showed up at the gala last night. Kanye West also here. The CompuBox numbers have Francis Ngannou 33 of 110, Fury 34 of 117 as they update by the moment. The power punches, Ngannou's landing 40% against a fighter with defensive prowess, and he scored a knockdown in round number 3.
That left-right combination right there from Tyson Fury. Once again, the setup punch. That left hand's moving Ngannou right towards the right hand. You see the techniques starting to fade from Ngannou. He's swinging wildly right there. He's getting a bit tired. He's not used to going these rounds 3 minutes at a time throwing hands.
But keep in mind how much is on the line for Tyson Fury. He has already agreed and signed to a December 23rd undisputed heavyweight championship fight against Alexander Usyk right here. Bernardo.
On your side, by moving, we need to feint, and we do not need to get greedy here.
Long right hands from Ngannou as Fury gets out of the way. Now boxing and moving up on his toes. Putting out that feint. See what Ngannou offers, Timmy.
That's what he's looking for. He's making a puncher now pick up his feet, having to reset. Every step of the way, changing the angles up. See, that's the beauty about Tyson Fury. He can make adjustments in there. Man, that uppercut, that was...
Boy, that uppercut was going for the fences, and Fury just got out of the way of it. Such an accurate jab we're seeing in these middle rounds from Tyson Fury. Ngannou, desperate to land a power punch again, and now the wrestling as they're against the ropes. Michael Griffin, veteran referee from Montreal. He's worked many of the championship fights we've broadcast through the years.
Ngannou should invest in the body of Tyson Fury. That's what he should do. Invest there. Shoot that jab downstairs. Right hands. You're having a difficult time hitting them in up top. Hit the bigger part of the body. The chest. The jab.
Fury missing with the right hand. Ngannou coming to the inside. Short right hand as Fury went backwards.
Ngannou, he just abandoned the game plan, Tess. He's just looking for one big shot. He know he put him on the canvas now. He know he hurt him. And he's just looking to hurt him once again. But the game plan is out the window.
But he possesses the one thing, Timmy, that overcomes a game plan, right?
Power.
Power.
Yes.
But can he deliver it? Does he have the delivery system against an elite boxer?
He's going to have to set it up, Tess. See, it's a lot of talking right now with those movements right there. Both guys, both men are not willing to take risks right now. They don't want to throw unless they know they're going to land.
End of 6. And I wonder if Tyson Fury ever thought there would even be a 7th round. He's got work to do.
Recovery. Yeah, clear your mind. You got the rounds in you. Keep doing like that. If you need time to break, just fan them. Think like you're going to do something. You get plenty of time to recover. For instance, we can't let him beat you with the jab like that, though. He landed about 4 or 5 clean jabs. I need you to defend that jab a little better. Either move your feet, head, or period. And get back to your jab. He keeps running in. You want to try to level hit that body a little.
Same old shit, but you got him right where you want him. You understand when he's taking the breaks and stuff by then. And then you can just shoot the shot. But it ain't all going to happen on one shot.
Ronaldo next to His Excellency. And this is what Ronaldo saw in that last round.
Ooh,
oh, an elbow came in on the back end of that.
What?
Wow. And this is what Ronaldo saw in that last round.
Ooh,
oh, an elbow came in on the back end of that.
What?
Wow, the elbow came in, and it's so interesting all week long and prepping for this fight. People talking about perhaps it would be Ngannou who accidentally comes in with the awkwardness in an elbow. Instead, it's the boxer, Fury.
That's frustration, Tess. Ngannou's not supposed to be here. It's the 7th round.
Right hand getting the attention.
And he's still dangerous, Tess. Wow.
He's always dangerous.
He's dangerous. He's a lot more athletic than many gave him credit for.
He said, I want to prove that I can be a boxer. He's proven a lot already tonight. Orthodox versus Southpaw for the moment. You heard from the corner of Ngannou saying you cannot let him simply beat you with the jab. You have to parry it. You have to move. There's a left hand, power hand from Ngannou from that Southpaw stance.
See, just the natural instincts that Ngannou has is serving him well. You know, the experience of just combat sports in general. He's handling himself. You know, usually when he feints at heavyweights, you know, you get a big major reaction from them. They might drop a hand. You know, guys move out of the way. They might step back. But Ngannou, what he's doing is he's standing there. And he's like, no, you're not going to throw. And he's waiting for the opportunity to throw at the right time to be able to catch Fury on the way in with a shot.
No, Griffin will clean that up.
The pull down. The guy who's choosing to fight from the southpaw stance. He's looking to land the left hand, the backhand. He understands, and he's leaning outside. That's another thing that he's doing right. He's leaning outside, getting that lead foot outside the lead foot of Tyson Fury.
That's the position you want. You watch those front feet, the southpaw versus orthodox. He who has the outside position has the alley and the channel for that power hand.
See, these subtle things have Fury spooked. Like that lead hand control right there from Ngannou.
Just touching that jab, pairing it. 3 rounds to go. Remember, this is a 10-round non-title fight.
Hold on, Josh. Should be round 7. You're boxing smart, Tyson. You can make this fight as hard as you want it. But boxing smart, you're making it.
Don't try to sit on it. You're doing good. Just stay sharp.
Hey, Southpaw's looking sharp. Listen, if that left cross isn't landing or is landing, we can go back and reload it again, or we can hit our right step over, back in ortho, the right overhand.
Press, I'm going to see one thing. No. You jabbing real good. Give me a jab to the body, overhand right up top. Body up top.
Hey, let's go, baby boy.
Most certainly. But Ngannou is still ahead. Certainly starting to look. He's got to do. Even against a man who's been out the ring for so long, he's going to stage of the fight onwards. That's really going to test the stamina of Francis Ngannou. Whether that time left hand, good left hand by Ngannou. Corner, solid shot that Fury took well. Yeah, good shot. So there's that right uppercut again. Uppercut from Fury. There's excitement and. I think everybody's spoken a week about what if, and they made the what if very small, but that what if has got significantly changed. Ngannou still in there and firing. Good combination. Fury launching the uppercut but missing with it. The better punches it. And Fury comes back, tries to come back with an uppercut. And Ngannou seems to be getting the better of it. Ngannou starting to go to work again. Tyson Fury has to dig deep as he's in the 8th round. Ngannou marching forward. No answer at the moment. I've never seen Tyson Fury look so ragged forward. He's putting Tyson Fury under more and more pressure that these punches are getting home. Oh, misses the target, Fletch. Tyson Fury's... There's the uppercut from Tyson Fury. Francis Ngannou just replies with a good left hand there and pushes then Tyson Fury into the... But nevertheless, he's pushing your man back, and 2 or 3 shots going in there. There's the uppercut. So here we go then into the 9th. Well, he was in dire straits against Deontay Wilder. That was a fight that nobody needs to stop it. I think, you know what, it's got to be close, hasn't it? He probably needs that stoppage or knockout. Ngannou wanting to be the aggressor. Where Fury's been a dominant man. No. And all these pauses well, you can't rule anything out with Tyson on range, but there's been not a lot from him at all. What Alexander Usyk's thinking right now. He's up on Brexit. Crowd love him. And this is for Tyson Fury. Yeah, this is absolutely huge, isn't it? Has he got to go for broke, Richie? I think so. I think he's got to go for it. Yes, I think most of your fans of UFC thought they probably had a good chance for no. About it, Carl Frampton had him a mile behind after 4. But surely he knows he hasn't performed well here. He's got to do something in this last round. And comes right at the end of the 10th. Well, there's the final bell. We're going to think he's won it. Of course they are. Whether he's won it.
Defeated from the United Kingdom, the WBC.
Goes into a marriage. If there's someone that's very, very young and goes into a marriage and has kids when they're like 18, 19, 20, a year into the relationship, it gets really, really abusive. Even though it might be rare from what you guys think.
It is. Go on.
If it would happen, what would you recommend for those people? Would they divorce, or do you want them to keep going in the relationship?
Keep going. You can't divorce, and that's not a real thing.
Even though it might be like physically abusive?
Because you got to endure. People are too...
You want to stick in the relationship?
People are just...
I mean, look,
people
I'm gonna
nowadays
be honest.
are just...
For anyone that might be in that situation, what would you recommend?
Okay,
endure.
I'll tell
Would
you
they
what.
give
I'll
up
tell you
divorce?
what. It is such an extreme example that I can't give a prescription for what other people should do.
What about if two people get married, they have a kid, and then the wife starts cheating? Do you think they should divorce?
Absolutely. Jesus himself said in cases of adultery, divorce is
So you think that
permissible.
divorce is worse than physical abuse?
For the children?
Or cheating, sorry. You think that
Cheating
cheating
is
is worse than physical abuse?
For the
Sorry.
children, yes.
Absolutely
I think I'm not going to say this is
divorce-
worse. Or
divorce
that. I
is
mean,
worse
I,
for the
I
children.
already-
I've never been a woman in my life, and I've been cheated on heaps. And you know what? I'd rather keep it that way than flip it.
If there's someone that's very, very young and goes into a marriage and has kids when they're like 18, 19, 20, a year into the relationship, it gets really, really abusive. Even though it might be rare from what you guys think.
Oh yeah, this guy. Jesus. 300,000 followers. Yeah. Imagine you're a very famous Chinese streamer in Tabao Live, living in Shanghai. You go on Weibo or Weibo and post a success statement, but about China. By night, the police are at your door, dragging you to prison. That's the country seeking to fill an American hegemonic vacuum. Yeah, yet Hassan offers like no actual way to like fix this. I wonder how Ginger Rameth's game went.
My full bad. Alright. I don't fix lights. That's not my job. I am not an electrician. Okay, that's not what they hired me for. Alright? That's not what they hired me for. Alright.
Does this guy?
Well, they're not really my friends. But they're not really my enemies either. They're just there, I guess. And they're
Very important show today.
It is true, because we do not in any way want to distort the historical record. The truth is on the side.
When I was really young, she said, Stevie, don't ever let your mind be so open that your brain falls out. And that's what I find that a lot of center people do.
That's not what she told me last night. Sorry.
Why are you like this?
I'm sorry, man.
Okay, I'm glad I can bring that. I'm glad you feel like this is a safe space. Like I said, people are non-judgmental. If you want to talk about my mom, you know what? You're totally within your rights.
I didn't say that.
Okay?
You said that.
That's
I
totally
didn't say
great.
that.
I support that. She's
All right, thanks. Have a great day. Good afternoon, sir. Oh, hello.
Like, I want the source for these statements.
You might know Steven Seagal. You want to play with me?
Alright, I'm tired. Probably because I just ate like an extra large pizza. I'm gonna chill out and watch some South Park. Good night, chat.